I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. Well, our President, Barack Obama, has worked out a deal for the Middle East. He plans to announce it at the upcoming September General Assembly meeting of the United Nations. From Israel News, nationalnews.com says the Middle East plan that the United States President Barack Obama will soon unveil involves the creation of a Palestinian Authority state by 2011 and the transfer of Islamic holy sites in Jerusalem, presumably including the Temple Mount, to Arab Muslim sovereignty, Saudi newspaper Al-Yaqaz has learned. According to the report published Sunday in Al-Yaqaz, the Obama plan also includes the following elements. Number one, some parts of East Jerusalem, presumably the Pisgat Zaiv area, would be transferred to Israeli control. I suppose that would be the Jewish section of Old Jerusalem. Secondly, there would be an international presence in the Jordan Valley, I guess UN troops, and other parts of Judea and Samaria. Third, the Palestinian Authority terror organizations would be disbanded and turned into political parties. Number four, the large settlement blocks in Judea and Samaria would not be dismantled. And number five, the fate of smaller Jewish settlement areas would be decided in a 3-month-long negotiation period. Well, a reporter for the Saudi newspaper received this information from Hassan Harishah, the second deputy speaker of the Palestinian Authority Parliament. Harishah told him that the U.S. had handed over a draft of the peace proposal to the Palestinian Authority and other Arabs for their perusal. The plan also calls for Judea and Samaria to be demilitarized and for its airspace to remain under Israeli control. Israeli-Palestinian Authority, a mixture of the two. This authority security coordination would be strengthened, and the Palestinian Authority state would not be allowed to strike military treaties with other countries in the region. An agreed number of Arab refugees, we don't know what that agreed number is. They're wanting, I think, 5 million, something like that. But an agreed number of Arab refugees would be absorbed in the Jordan Valley, not in Israel-occupied territory, and other parts of Judea and Samaria, especially the area between Ramallah and Shechem. That would be in the heartland of Israel that has effectively been turned over to the Palestinians. And by the way, that's the nicest agricultural area. The trees, the fruits, the crops are grown best in that area. An international fund then would support the refugees, and Israel would release Palestinian prisoners 3 years after a diplomatic accord is signed. So let the terrorists go so they can kill again. Well, will he lay out a blueprint? The Saudi report notwithstanding, the Washington Post Jackson Deal estimated Sunday that Obama will not go so far as to present a blueprint for a peace settlement, despite being urged to do so by several Arab governments. Quote, as the United Nations General Assembly meets in late September, Obama aims to announce the opening of a new negotiating process between the Israelis and the Palestinians, along with confidence-building steps by Israel, the Palestinian Authority, and a number of Arab governments. The columnist wrote, Obama, quote, will probably lay out at least a partial vision of the two-state settlement that all sides now say they support, and the course that negotiations should take. More significantly, he intends to set an ambitious timetable for completing the peace deal, something that will please Arabs but may irritate Israel. Well, our president has worked out a deal that he wants to promote, try to get both sides to agree to. Notice, please, the article said that according to the Saudi Arabian newspaper, Barack wants to turn the Temple Mount over to Arab Palestinian sovereignty. That means it would forever belong to Islam. And Israel could never build a temple on the site. Hey, I got news for you. That will not set too well in Israel. In the final analysis, I think, and I'm not predicting here, I'm just following the scriptures, the Bible, I think that the area will finally have to be divided, as Solomon wanted to divide the baby, you know. I think the Temple Mount will be divided, a wall will be built, allowing the Jews to establish temple liturgy on, let's say, the northern side of the Temple Mount, while the Arabs maintain control of the temple site. That's where the Mosque of Omar stands today. That's the only way it's going to work.